Hi everybody, myself M. Manjunath Reddy, proprietor of Sai Cadd. I welcome you all to today's topic, that is 2D modeling in 3DSMAX software. So we'll see 2D modeling, how to create in different ways and available the parameters in 2Ds. So here you're looking at this blank screen, new 3DSMAX file. In this, I'm going to create 2D models and explain you the parameters. So here in this 3DSMAX screen, I'm going to top view, or okay, let's continue with the top view only. In this 3DSMAX file, I'm going to top view here and maximize the view here, Alt plus W to maximize the screen. And here I start with, here I go with create. Here is the shapes. Create shapes, splines. In this also so many options are there. Let us choose splines only, and then I'll go back to circle. These are all buttons, or these all options belongs to 2D model. Create shapes, splines, and line activity. First line I'm going to draw. First I'm clicking here, second, third, fourth, fifth. Right click the mouse. That's all, line got over. While dragging a line, if you hold shift button on your keyboard, that is going to lock horizontal axis or vertical axis, similar to ortho mode, ORTHO mode in AutoCAD. That is vertical horizontal line you will get while dragging the line if you hold, press and hold SHIFT, shift button on your keyboard. Done. I slightly pan up this. Again, I take a line, I click and drag here. You can see that clearly starting point is in yellow color dot. Remaining dots are in green color. That indicates, yellow color indicates starting point of the line. Now if I click back to again after traveling all this distance, if I click on the starting point, the loop is going to complete now. The loop is going to complete, that says here and asking for close spline. I say yes. Now this drawing is a 1 unit without any gap, nowhere gap. This I can convert into 3D model. You can keep open loop also. Open loop is this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right click mouse. This is an open loop line here. That's it. Okay, done. This is the line topic. Here is the circle topic here. Circle. Click and drag. Click and drag here. Circle, if I zoom in here, circle looks like a step here. I go to interpolation here only. You can go to even modify and interpolation here. Adaptive you take up. Circle will become smooth segments here. You can see that. Circumference will be very smooth in adaptive. Radius you can, or we can set here, but it is here I say directly 1000 mm. Enter. Zoom in. So this is what the circle parameter here. I go to circle again, and here click and drag here. You can see that starting one point is yellow color, remaining 3 is a white color. Starting point of the circle is at 0 degree. Remaining 3 points, that is at 90 degree, 180 degree and 270 degree, are belongs to white color dots. The dots we call as a vertex in terms of 3DSMAX. That we'll see later. What is the use of that? We'll see later. Next is the arc. You can try on your own these arcs. Radius, start point, end point. These are all the parameters, basic parameters of arc. This is the radius. This is the start from. You can see that how that is traveling. Arc one end is traveling, other end is also traveling. So based on that arc parameters, you can choose it. This is the pi option. Or reverse option. Reverse is not required here now. The pi option is this now. Okay, closing loop. There's the arc option. Next one. Here if I go to n-gon, nothing but a n number of, that is a nothing but a polygon. N-gon, if I click and drag, so we're getting directly 6 sides now. 6 equal sides belongs to hexagon now. Here the number, here if I go to modify, I can change here the radius and inscribed, circumscribed. Inscribed means the polygon is fixed inside the circle radius. Circumscribed means this polygon will placed out of the circle circumference. The circle radius is now 850 mm, enter. 850 mm, enter. And also here only I can set number of sides. I say 5 sides, pentagon, 4 sides, square, 3 sides, triangle, 7 septagon, octagon, nanogon. So this way that goes into, I say now 5 side, enter. This is a pentagon, and the corner radius I can set. Corner radius is 0 now. I click and drag here. You can watch out on the screen. The polygon edges are so smooth or curved, or fillet is applying. The radius fillet is applying. I'll say 150, enter. You can see all the sharp edges of the 5 corners turned to a corner radius. That belongs to polygon. There is nothing but a n gone. Text matter. If I click on text here I say here INDIA, India. I click here. The spelling is that the text is placed here. I slightly move out this, or I can go to modify. I can set this all the basics, MS Office basics, that's in the size, Arial, italic, underline, justification that you can set there. Let me reduce the size of the spelling here. If I zoom in here, this is the font size here, and all the spellings are in, all the characters are in small letters. I wish to change this to capital. So again, I go back to here, the spellings, caps on my keyboard, INDIA, BANGALORE, Bangalore. I'm typing some words here of the to place and show you the text behaviors in 3DSMAX here, and also I show you KENGERI, Kengeri, some of the spellings here. Some of the spellings here, you can see that India, Bangalore, Kengeri, Rajangunte. Now here in this spellings, the size I can increase, or the next field is here, kerning. I click and drag here. You can see that spellings between the gap are increasing. Okay, the gap between the spellings are increased here. You can see that very clear, effective example. I press G here to switch off the grid. I'm kerning, I'm increasing. You can see the spell gap there, right? That's a kerning. Next field is leading here. Leading gives to the space between the lines like this. Between the India, the Bangalore, the Kengeri, the Rajangunte, space can be increased the line wise. I repeat again, this is the size of the spell, increase or decrease. Kerning is the space between the spellings. Leading is the space between the lines. I hope you understood this. Any moment you can go to change this, select this, go back to modify, and you can go back to here text parameter, you can change. Remaining all, you can try all this remaining MS Office basics that you can check out, MS Office. The next is, I'll go to, I'll come back to the rectangle topic. Rectangle, click and drag here, that's it, okay? Click and drag here. If I hold control button while dragging, you'll get a square. All the sides are equal. If I leave, normally if I drag, it will get unequal. Uneven rectangle here, uneven rectangle. I can take like this, you know, like this. I can take a beam, column, wall. I can generate by using this rectangle. But later you can go to modify, and you can still set the length option as well the width option here. And also, if I zoom in this, if I say Z, let me focus. Width I'll reduce. I'll go to again Z. Now still I zoom in this, zoom slightly out. One more nice option here is the corner radius. Can you see this now? And on my right hand side panel, corner radius, I'm trying to increase, I'm trying to reduce this. Okay, if it is 0, it will be a sharp edge. If we slightly drag up this, let us fix this to around 300 mm, enter. So radius curve is matched. If I go beyond some ratio, that will be awkward, that will be error. The segments are overlapping. This you may not convert into 3D model here because of overlapping of edges. So don't go beyond the logical value of the radius. Better apply within that limitations. Okay, that belongs to this. Rectangle is done. And one more thing here. Okay, if I go to rectangle, please note that there's a small check mark here. Start new shape. If I carefully look at this, that says start new shape. This checked on. Means if I take first rectangle, this is separate. Second rectangle, this is separate. Third rectangle, this all are separate rectangles. But if I check on this here afterwards, if I check on this, check off this rectangle. Now if I take a first, if I take a second, now believe me, all this is a one drawing now. All this belongs to one drawing. I wish to show thus here 3D model now. How to convert this into 3D now? After taking an orbit here, 3D orbit like this, I wish to show the difference. I go to modify. I go to modifier list here. I press E button on my keyboard and I choose extrude here and I raise my amount value here. To shade this, I press F3 button here. I hope you understood this clearly. This is what the model we generated from 2D to 3D very effectively. I repeat quickly this one more time. If I go to generate a rectangle, make sure this check on the shape, new shapes here. Pan up here, start new shape rectangle. If I click and drag, if I go to one more here, please note that all are different now. Go to modify, modifier list, E and choose extrude. So that will be a separate piece now. The same case if I take like this now. If I take switch off this circle, one circle, probably second circle and third circle or fourth circle and fifth circle here. Now all is one drawing, one entity, one sketch. I can say I go to modify, modifier list, E. I go to extrude. You can see this. That's the small twist or a technical advance. I can say small tip to get a different kind of models here. Okay. This is what the options we got it. I'll go back to create again. I will say now ellipse. I go to T again. T means top view. I go to zoom all, complete drawings what we said. I go to pan out here. I zoom in here, roll it. Again, I go back to ellipse here. This is an ellipse here. In ellipse, as we know, there's a major axis and the minor axis. That stands a measure here. The line, this is the length, this is the W. LW. L is for length, W is for width option. That also depends. Star. Some default sketches are there like this, a star model like this. 2D again, 2D sketches. The radius 1, radius 2, I can set here very effectively. You can see, you can count down. The number of points is 6 now. There's a 1 point, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I can make this to 5, 4, or I can make this to 8 or 9 or 12 or 20 or whatever. Okay, now let us say this for 10 now. 10, enter. Points are set. Radius 1 is the outer one edge, outer points. Radius 2 is inner points. Okay, I set like this. And then the fillet radius 1, fillet radius 2 is there. Fillet radius 1 is this one. You can see the outer edges are rounding. Outer edges are getting filleted. Fillet radius 2, the inner edges are getting filleted. You can see that. Okay, now I'll increase the points now to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, something like this, or up to 20. I'll make this. Radius, I carefully reset this radius 1 here. I can go back to the fillet radius is little less or more that I can set. This looks like a gear wheel, the mechanical or automobile gear wheel. This looks like a, then distortion is like a twisting effect like this. Can you see this now? Clockwise, anti-clockwise, the inner points that you can twist or tilt, I can say, okay, or rotate like that, okay. But let it be 0 here, distortion. I hope I made a very good example here to explain you very clearly about this star. Okay, got it. You can extrude this also. How do I extrude this now? Select this. Let me have one more copy of this. Control V and copy. Control V, CTRL plus V. Say OK. Take this out. So we have totally 2 more drawings now. Both are same. We are duplicated. Now I go to orbit here. 3D orbit. I say Z to focus into that. Again, I go to extrude this. How do I extrude? Go to modify, go to modifier list, E on my keyboard, extrude, done over. and I reduce the amount value. Amount value is slightly reduced. So I hope you are noticing all how to generate a 2D as well, 3D also even, right? I go to change the color, I go to modify, and I change my color here. Some gray color. Done. Model is done. Okay. Get this here. Okay. So this is done. Stars helix is there. Helix is like a coil spring. Coil spring. Here click radius, done. Raise up the height, done. Again radius you set, done. Radius 1, radius 2, height, number of turns, bias, CW, CCW. CW stands for clockwise, CCW you can see there. You can watch out there, it's got a spring turn. Let me have more number of turns. This is like a spring, coil spring. Let me have 3 at least. Complete 3 turns, 3 enter. You can see that. Clockwise and CCW counterclockwise, CW clockwise. Number of turns, height is set for 750, enter. Radius 1, radius 2 differing, so various. You can say conical spring. You can call this as a cone shaped springs here. Sometimes some in automobile industry, in mechanical industry, we use several. There are so many topics in that, but here let us say 250, enter. Again tab I'll press on keyboard to jump into the next field. 250, enter. So both are equal now. The top to bottom only the diameter or radius is set equally. If I say F and Z, you can see equally. Now left side, right side, radius is set. You can see very clearly this is proved. Then what do you mean by bias? BIAS is equal distribution of the coil spring turns top to bottom here. If at all, if I move up here, that can be compressed any one side more. You can see that here, right? This is not equal distribution now, it's unequal. Okay, so better we make this to 0 or case to case based on requirement. You can do that. Done. Then line, circle, arc, n-gon, text, rectangle, ellipse, donut is missed out. Okay, let me say 3 more options are egg, section, and donut is there. What do we mean by donut here? Is donut is a combination of 2 circles. You can see outer circle and inner circle. That's it here. You can see the very effective example here. Radius 1 and radius 2. R1 is outer, obviously as R2 is the inner. Combo. This is but 2D. This is 2D. This is 2D. You can convert into 3D model later by extruding. You can try that bit later. Okay. That is what the donut. And here let me go to egg. EGG. Some default drawings are there with the LW. That is a length and width. If I click and drag, the 2D egg shape is here. Okay, the outline, if you want, you can take this, or not required, you can ignore this. So what I'll do here, I'll check off this first before drawing. Before placing egg sketch, I switched off this outline, click and drag, you got this directly, 2D. But if I check on this outline, click and drag now, again, slider, you can check out this. Okay, you can thickness, outer thick, inner thickness, you can set that. The angle you can tilt like this. Angle you can tilt, the thickness value you can increase or decrease, and also the length option as well, the width option you can change that. This again you can convert into a 3D model, or you can convert into a real egg shape, 3D egg itself by revolving, by lathing it now. Okay, let me check out that. I'll select this in a TZ. Let me say Z is okay. This is Z. Selecting this angle, if I say 90, enter, is a proper horizontal. Let me go back to modifier list. I say L. In L, let me select the lathe option, LATHE, lathe. I go center, I go max, I go min. Okay, no, this is not happening here. That's okay, no issues. And here in the X directions, if I select in the min X direction, this turn to a real 3D model egg here. Okay, I got number of segments more here. Okay, then the color, let me apply the pure white, whatever available here, color. That is the clear egg, you can see that. Done. By using a lathe option. Lathe is a 3D option, so which we converted now. Just now we converted 2D to 3D. Lathe, LATHE, in that we have taken a direction is x-axis, align is minimum. Okay, degree is 360 degree. If I reduce this degree, you can see that to some extent only I can make this halfway. Okay, now you can see this. some degrees only it has been. Now you can watch out carefully the degrees which I am playing around. This is case to case basis again. Based on our project requirement, we can operate this. What angle, what exactly we want, you can make out that. But here I would like to go back to again 360 enter. Okay, this is a 3D. Then here everything is got over, only one is left out, that section option here. Section here is okay. Now here we see some 3D model, right? 1, 2, 3 models are available on the screen now. I go to shape create, shapes and section. If I click here, click and drag one square, you can see that right here. But when we drag and place here at a time, simultaneously, you can see that yellow color line edges are at bottom of this 3D model. If I try to move this section plane, you can see that yellow wedges are moving on the 3D models. You can see that here. I can see that here. Even I can tilt, rotate, move this, whatever I can do that. Section plane is here, even though that's like a laser beam scanning all around 3D model to extract the section. This option is used to extract a section from 3D models. Now I selected this, I go to modify, I say create shape here. Once I say create shape, at that level for all the 3D model, section will be extracted. If I go to create shape, section 1, okay, I say shape 001, I say okay, done. I go to create now. Now let me take out this 3D model out, this also out, this also out. Now what do we see now here? The extracted 2D shapes here. Can you see this now here? Right? So this we can go further. Next steps, next model we can generate like this, you know. So these all are separate now here, all are individual. Let me take a separate, that's an advanced topic, I'll teach you later. Individually, you can extrude this, project out, cut out, or some other height level, different levels, you can generate a 3D models. So again, advanced topic. You keep watching my next YouTube videos that you will be having a more idea about this topics, okay? I hope I've completely covered here line, rectangle, circle, ellipse, arc, donut, n-gon, star, text, helix, section, egg, completely covered. Even though to have how to have then freehand sketches now, I'll go T, Z. Now just initially in the first beginning only what we had is a free sketches only here. If I zoom in here, this is what the free sketches here, right? In advanced topic, I can teach you the freehand sketches like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lines are like this here with 1 endpoint, 2 endpoint, 3 endpoint, 4 endpoint, 5 endpoints. Now, how do I manage this now? How do I manipulate this in terms of moving or in terms of to get a curve edges? What I'll do, I'll go to modify. I'll expand the line here in this. I choose the vertex. In the vertex, individual dots I can move around. Please note, this is the advanced topic of the 2D. This is the advanced topic of the 2D. I am moving around the individual segments here. If I select this one of the edge, I can delete this directly. If I select this dot, I can delete this. I repeat again, undo Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So any one point I can delete. But if you want to make a curve here, the curved, like a filleted, directly you can go here. In the bottom right side panel, you can choose the fillet option here. Fillet, click and drag on that, you'll get a fillet curve. This edge I want to be chamfered now. You can choose a chamfer here. Click and drag on the chamfer edge, like a slope cut, slope edges. Okay, that you can do it up. Now, one more advanced topic here. Still we are in a vertex. Select the vertex, right click mouse, and choose here. There are some 4 options. You can witness that here. That is Bezier corner, smooth option. If I take a Bezier corner, you can see some green color handles here as well here. These 2 points here. I can transfer like this. I can take out this bulge. I can twist or tilt the line edges like this. I repeat again. Select any one of the edge here. Right click mouse on this. Right click mouse on this, and again I can drag the control handles, the green handles like this, the green handle like this. I can get different pictures, but you can see that line is not so smooth here. Steps. So what I'll do here is I go back to create, I come back to modify, I go back to line here, right click here, say close all. In this interpolation again, interpolation, you need to choose adaptive. I hope I'll zoom here, particularly to explain very clearly. You can see the line curve, steps, step, step here. I can go to interpolation, adaptive, you'll get a very, very smooth edge, smooth curve edge, right? This is also advanced topic. You can check out my upcoming videos, you'll understand better. I go T, I go Z, but here in 2D, there's one more major technique I would like to share that with you. If at all, if I take any one 2D drawing, this is visible now, circle is visible now, but if I go to rendering process, that will not be visible, okay? So this 2D directly, I want like a ring now, like a 3D with the diameter. I want this, I can convert, like I can go to rendering here only, rendering, enable in view, renderer, enable in viewport, and the thickness I can set. Now you can see the thickness we assigned for this circle. The circle only we assigned. If I switch off this, you may not notice this. In rendering process, 2D cannot be rendered in 3DSMAX. 2D cannot be rendered. If you want to render, this is the only option, enable renderer, enable in viewport, thickness you increase. Now this is visible in rendering. This is visible in rendering. I repeat again for some other example. For example, rectangle, I take one more example I am giving you here. Rectangle is this. Rectangle is already coming like a 3D framework, like a 3D rod or shaft is bent like this because we have enabled here option. How do I enable this? I go to quickly repeat, select the rectangle, normal 2D rectangle you select, go to modify, and here in the rendering option, enable in renderer, enable in viewport, thickness you set here. Number of sides also you can set there, less or more. Can you see that the 3 sides, 4 side is set now, but still I need to change the angle here. Watch out, that is going to tilt now to, you can watch. Can you see this now? It's going to tilt now the rectangular frame. Let me say 45 degrees, exactly 45 and zoom in. T matlab top, Z is zoom, orbit. You can see now, number of side is 4, angle is 45, thickness is 350, enter. Done. I can say number of sides is more also like this. To get a smooth, you get maximum, so that got here a curve. So I hope you understood all these concepts. So this part is completely belongs to 2D modeling. Still more, lot of advanced topics are there. T, Z here to bring back. So this is what the quick glance. Completely you can see all these examples here, what I showed you today in a few minutes. Try all this examples. If any doubts, you can call me back. I go to Zoom on. So this is my today topic. Okay, this is got completed. I hope you enjoyed this session and gained a very good skill. Have a nice day.